Lily, I heard that the Elixer water is at the basis of all the other products which you basically developed.
Yes.
So how did it come to existence? How did you develop it? How did it, came to exist? Basically?
Yes, I'll tell you. This is it. This is
a bottle?
Elixir in a bottle. How we sell it.
Nice.
Yes, and we worked several years on it. Frank developed a system to do it. And what happens is actually when we work with the water, the old energies we move out of the water actually.
Extract them?
We extract, yes. And then a new energy is brought in there. And that new energy is actually our primal life source, and that is love. Love or joy, that is what we actually are. We fill the water with it, and then it's very strong actually. There's no place for anything else actually.
Okay, so it's sealed. And does it,
yeah.
So the water has a memory?
Yes, the water has a memory. It's alive, of course. And water is, how you say that? It loves to help. It actually says, what can I do for you? Please tell me, how can I help you? And if we send out a clear message to the water, please, here you have love, send love out, then that is what it starts to share. What it radiates, yes, what it radiates, very strong.
Well, the thing is also that normally, I mean, water is actually a recording system. Actually, it has recording properties, and but it keeps on recording. It never stops actually recording. And that's logical, of course. Look at yourself. You are filled with water. You are maybe 80–85%. Actually, a little bit more.
I hope so.
Is water based. So you have a relationship actually with water, and it communicates with each other.
It's the base of life, I guess.
Yeah, but we people have to understand that water is not only wet. But it has this ability to record information.
All the vibrations.
So really to take in this information and to keep it in this information. And it has the ability to communicate actually with each other. So that's those things you never heard here.
No,
anyway,
that we don't talk about.
No, we don't talk about.
Although we experience them, we do.
But on a different level.
Yes.
We never talk about that water has those abilities. And but actually we are a little bit further now because universities actually really conclude that this is really happening.
Okay.
And you have to look for homeopathy, for instance. It works actually on the same level. So there where the physical stuff actually is not existence anymore, the information transfers actually into the water.
Yes. It's very interesting. While you're talking and this bottle is standing here, I feel a very pulsing energy here in my belly. So,
Well, it's happening. It's always happening. And that's also the thing that this never stops. So what we did actually is to fill this water actually with this frequency, actually with this, because it is information. It's only information based. This whole world is actually information based. And so we filled this with this information, but we did such a good job actually that we noticed actually afterwards, a couple of years ago, that this information never leaves actually this water. So it's so strong in its basis, that you cannot get into the water again. You cannot get into this recording ability.
So it's full.
It is full of itself. It's full, and it has how do you say it? A consciousness on its own. It's conscious, and that's really a big difference. That's why actually we came this far with our products.
So the water is influencing me, but I'm not influencing the water.
It's not
that is fixed and sealed and keeps on radiating.
Yes. So that's a really important thing to learn and to understand actually, that what it means is that we create a product that is always there, always doing the same thing, always influencing actually this environment.
Yes, independent on what's around it, where it is, who is
You
interacting
can
with
put
it.
1,000 people around it and say, I hate you, it doesn't matter, it doesn't work.
So it's spreading.
Sending positive energy.
It's spreading a good energy.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And can you actually drink it, or
You
is
can
it
drink
just
it.
for inside products?
You can drink it, and you drink it in little amounts because of its strength. Because you don't want how you say it,
to get a very high change in vibration
too fast.
Yeah, not too fast, really. So a little amount is okay.
Yeah,
and very good for your health. But we also made some other products also for the industry, because it has the capability.
Well, it has the capability to change things. So, for instance, when you have normal tap water, then you have a water that is non-coherent. What they say actually in the science, scientific world, it's non-coherent. And the reason that it's not coherent actually is that it has not the capacity of taking the minerals and bring how do you say it, to have the minerals actually always there absorbed into the water. Now, chalk, for instance, is a very good example, because when you have chalk in the water, it let it loose into the dishwashing
dissolves in the water. Okay, there is
So let it go. The water let this mineral go. But when we make coherent water, so when water is actually in a different state, then this chalk is actually still keeps it
inside,
actually
so
into
it's
the water.
encapsulated within the molecules
Well,
or the structure of the water.
No. It's like it has a binding character.
Okay.
There's a binding character. So, for instance, if you have a pH level of 5, let's say, then we know that a lot of minerals actually you can dissolve a lot of minerals faster into the water. But if you have coherent water, then you can have the same amount of minerals with a pH level of 7 or 7.2.
Okay, so that's more in balance with the rest of our own body.
Right. Yes. So that's very important. And so you see that it is actually very practical. Well, you start there with using actually values that we know, like pH level, to make it a totally different environment and totally different product. And this can help actually in many industries, actually, and we see that also, that in many industries, that where water is involved, actually most industries, water
like
is
lots
there.
Of food and
beer. Well,
also
bad example. Bad example. But
the
for
whole world
paper
of
industry, the cement industry, I mean, you can look anywhere. Water is there involved in anything. But the thing is that there are many challenges actually in machineries, for instance, where water has a destructive power. Where it disrupts actually the total system.
Process.
Yes, it can. Water has this ability. But if you make this water of a different structure, then you see that those problems are gone.
Okay.
And it saves some industries, they save millions of dollars.
Interesting. So let's go a little bit more in depth of the projects which you developed with it, which are maybe more industrial size or physical products.